It's Dr. Marra here, and I wanted to start doing like a periodic message for those of you who are having the Ascension symptoms, as many of us call them, and most of us are going through that right now. Those who are aware of this type of thing. What I'd like to say is basically we're going through this cleansing process, this transition, and it's going to continue on subtly, sometimes depending where you are on the planet and what you've surrounded yourself with, maybe a little quicker than others. But I thought maybe I could come on and give a few tips on how to manage this a little bit better with yourself. And, this is for the present moment and what's coming down the pike. And there are going to be certain days or months that may be a little more intense than others. And although it's subtle right now for some people, this is a personal journey, so I guess I shouldn't generalize and say that it's just subtle and it's slow moving. But I mean, generally speaking, that's how the universe works. But right now, things are speeding up, as you probably can tell. There's lots of changes going on right now. I just feel this sense of something big about to happen. And the last time this happened, something major happened. And I won't go through all that, but it's a similar feeling. And this isn't to broadcast doom and gloom or fear. This is an exciting change and transition. Now, for those who are hanging on to the old paradigm, the material world, stuff, things, the old way, those who are resistant to change, those are going to be the people that have the most difficulty in the transitions, and probably those currently in this now moment are having problems. So what I'll go through is just a brief description of maybe what your symptoms may be and how you can help assist in relieving these signs and symptoms. This incoming energy that I feel is going to be somewhere. The March 23rd, 2013 has been in my head and it's in my feeling for some time now. Whether it's the 21st through the 23rd, somewhere around, I'll just be general and say towards the end of this month, some major energies are going to be coming through. I don't know what's going to happen. I think it's going to be positive, at least in my frame of reference, because I really want this transition. And, those of us who have done the work, so to speak, and gotten rid of some what many of us call baggage, things we've been hanging on to, they're resurfacing. And there's these little nagging energies that you thought you've gotten rid of that are resurfacing. Being resistant to see it for what it is, forgive yourself, forgive the situation, see it and send it unconditional love. That's the most important thing you can do, and not hold on to it. It's just part of the purging process. And if there happens to be some residual, allow it to come forth, allow you to see it as the observer rather than in judgment, like, oh no, what do I have to do with this again? And you may have some residual thoughts that are a lower vibratory frequency, and they're just coming up to surface so you can transmute them and transcend them. Okay? So those are some of the things that are going on right now with the feeling. I mean, some people might be feeling headaches, emotions like anxiety, stress, pains in their physical body, in their joints or in their muscles that they haven't had an injury or anything like that. And I'm not suggesting don't go to your primary caregiver. That's not at all what I'm saying. But some of the things that you're experiencing may simply be some aches and pains that have come up for you to recognize and send that area of your body energy and unconditional love for that healing process. Because it may be an energy from a past life or a prior injury in this lifetime that just needs transmuted and transcended. So some tips for an easier transition. meditate daily. It's so important to go within, tap into your higher self or your masters, guides, angels, whatever you use as a reference point within your with your spiritualness, your physicalness, your humanity. But do it daily if you can, because right now, some of the things that are happening, we mentioned about your own physical negativity or attachments or blockages or cellular memories, but one other thing that's going on is other people are shaking off this negativity. The earth is shaking up and shaking off this negativity, and it's coming back and attaching to other people. Some people that, you know, thought you've dealt with things, and all of a sudden you have this, oh my gosh, what's this all about? It might not be yours. You may be picking up on emotionally or empathically somebody else's energy. So it might not even be an attachment. It may simply be that you're feeling somebody else's emotions or the earth in this transition. So you don't have to own everything that's yours, but you need to take a look at it maybe. I shouldn't say need is a strong word. I suggest that you take a look at it because as I'm giving you these tips for this transition, it would be beneficial to you to take an honest look at yourself, basically, and be open for this transition. Allow energies to flow freely through you and back out of you. I mean, you may take a moment to recognize it and see what it is, send it unconditional love, and send that off to transmute and transcend. So meditate daily, take an honest look at yourself, eat fresh fruits and vegetables. I can't stress this enough. In these times, the higher vibrations that we're getting into, or they're coming from out there, I'll just say, just broadly speaking. The energies that are coming in, they're raising everything on the planet, including ourselves. And what we're ingesting and taking in, they may be from a lower vibration, which is putting our bodies into havoc. So, for example, as a contrast, if you're eating beef that's from the market, it's probably from an area that had a big feedlot with thousands of cows that have just gone there without love or consideration. It was just for money. And therefore, that fear that they have as they're getting processed is instilled within the DNA of the meat. And as you consume it, you are what you eat. You're consuming this lower vibratory frequency, so you take on that energy. So it's very important to consume things that are from a higher vibratory frequency. And what are those things? Fresh fruits and vegetables, things that are naturally occurring, growing from the earth. I'm not saying that someone who's a local farmer who loves their cattle and they raise them, it's their family owned, that you can't do that. But we're in a transition right now. So if you feel that you really need it, or you have a medical condition where you have to have certain things, I don't want to say totally disregard that, what I just said. But know that we're in a transition of higher vibratory frequencies, higher energies, higher love of light. So what we're taking in, ingesting into our physicalness, should be at a higher vibratory frequency as well. And let's see. So drink lots of fresh water also. If you can get spring water from the ground somewhere that's not tainted, that's probably the best. But, you know, do what you can. If you're in a city, go buy some spring water. We don't know exactly what's being put into our water. Things that are chlorinated and have fluoride in them, and who knows what's seeping into the water without filtration. We just don't know. So it's in your best interest to drink lots of fresh water every day. Try to stay away from things that are processed, like cereals and potato chips and sodas, things like that. The fresher, the better. What are you willing to give up? Again, this comes back to, if you're hanging on to things and you're having some physical symptoms, it may be that you're resistant to change, and you're resistant to give up something that's not in your greatest good or those that are around you. So again, that goes back to taking an honest look at yourself. But what are you willing to give up? Ask yourself today. Just ask, what is causing me financial hardship, or causing me a relationship issue, or any other thing that's causing you to be in a lower vibratory state that you could actually get rid of, that you really don't need. It's not necessary. So closing comments. Be the example. I can sit here and preach all this to you all day long, but if I'm not physically doing it or attempting to do it, then I really shouldn't be out there speaking. Everything that I've discussed with you, I have been doing and trying my best. I'm not saying that it's an easy thing, because we're in a transition right now. Once we've made made it through the process, then it won't be as hard, because what was in the past is back there, and we're in the present moment. So if you trip and fall and you do something that's not in your greatest good, like eating a steak or something like that, you know what? Pick yourself back up and start again. That's just how we have to work this. But know that we're in a transition right now, and you just have to be willing to go with the flow. And there's some up and down energies that we're going through right now. Strive for unconditional love, not the love where, okay, well, I'll love you if you do this and you do that type of a thing. It's all about, I love that person unconditionally. If they're not at my vibration and they're not doing acceptable things to me, like acts of kindness and those types of things, if they're a mean person or doing bad things, you can love them unconditionally, but you don't have to be associated with them or be in their energetic flow. Just send them love of light, and just have compassion for that person, because you know what? You may have been right where they are a year ago or 10 years ago, or maybe it was another lifetime. Know that we shouldn't judge one another. We shouldn't judge ourselves. Have compassion for yourselves. Have unconditional love for yourself and other people. Very important. We're going into this, what we call the age of Aquarius, this transition. I mean, there's many names for this, but you can see the changes all around you if you have eyes to see. And basically, it just takes an open mind to look around and see, wow, there are changes going on. And what's preventing the majority of the population from seeing them is the media. We look to the media all the time for clarification and verification of what's really going on in the world. That's not where to look. In fact, that's farthest from the truth of what's really going on. And I don't want to get into conspiracy and all this kind of stuff, but it's just the truth. It just truly is. And that's where we're into right now, is the unveiling. The apocalypse, it means nothing more than unveiling of the truth, basically. So don't look at the doom and gloom. Turn off the television. Again, it has so much negativity. I mean, when was the last time that you turned it on and it had anything positive? It's set into place for a particular reason, which again, I don't want to get into, but it's when you feel that it's low or it causes you to be scared, turn it off. It doesn't do you any good to be engulfed in doom and gloom and fear. Get into nature. I mean, what's more natural than Mother Earth? You were born and raised on this planet, and she is a sentient being, and so are we. And I kind of look at the planet as I look at the human body, as above, so below. I look at us as cells on the body, and we can be good cells or we can be bad cells. There can be poverty-stricken areas that may be cancer cells there. There can be higher vibrational, higher spiritual places, vortexes on this planet that are maybe considered like white blood cells or helper T cells that go there to help and raise the vibration and get rid of things that are not in the greatest good of Gaia's body. So I think that as we raise in our vibration and we have the greatest good for everybody that's involved and have that intent and that thought, we create a change. We stand in our own power. We stand in our light, and we become the white blood cells, and we go to various places, and wherever we go, we help raise the other vibratory frequencies of those other cells or those other people that we're involved with. Also, nature helps you to balance, because quite frankly, we're a multidimensional, multifaceted being. We're humans. And what does humanity mean? I mean, we're not just physical beings. I think we're spiritual beings living out a human experience with many facets. Go in the direction of your heart. Start to listen here in the heart rather than up here in the head. And be in joy. That's the most important thing I can say, is be in joy. We are children of the universe. We're meant to be here to play. And some of the things that we have coming in our direction or bringing up, it's because of our thought. That's how powerful of a being we are. Thought becomes reality. Life doesn't happen to us. It happens from us. So what you're thinking is what you bring to yourself. That's the law of attraction. It's energetic in nature. So just know that if you're in a negative way and you're feeling bad and down and out, change your thought. Change that emotion and therefore that feeling, because dis-ease starts from your emotion, with no exceptions. If your emotions are low, then the body takes on that lower vibratory frequency and your cells start to change in a less than favorable fashion. So as you raise in your vibratory frequency and you're in joy and you feel good, you feel euphoric. And it's probably the highest way of being. So if you do feel low, I mean, you can honor it and say, okay, I feel this, but why am I feeling this? Okay, let me just send that area of my body, my thought, love and light, and trust in my higher self, trust in me as the human being that is empowered, that is a spark of light, made in the image of God type of a thing. And that you can make changes for yourself and other people around you. You just have to believe in it. But be in joy. That's the most important thing. So some closing comments. If you require any personal help, you can go to my website at aguidinglight.com. And I do things like distance energy healing, guided meditations, hypnotherapy, life coaching. If you just need somebody to talk to, you can call me. Angel card readings. All these things I do. I offer these modalities to help other people and assist them in this transition right now. I've also done free meditations. You can find them on my YouTube page. If you're listening to this from a radio show or somewhere else on the internet, just go to my website or my YouTube page, Universal Talking, and you can find free guided meditations. And you could look for those also on YouTube or on the internet. There's lots of free stuff out there. But if you want a personalized one, you can contact me directly at aguidinglight.com. And let's see. Again, be in joy. These are some great times that we're in right now. If you allow yourself to be in that particular moment of now and become the observer. Don't become the victim. If you're the victim, then that's a lower vibratory frequency. We live in this polarity of up, down, good, bad. You know, why not choose joy rather than hate? Choose love. It's a higher vibration. It makes you feel better. That's who you are. This illusion that we've created all around us, it's made us forget who we truly are as a being, as a collective, as a consciousness. And the higher you raise your vibratory frequency, the more you're going to see. You're going to start to see things. You're going to start to feel things. And if you allow yourself. But don't judge those of you who are, those of us who don't choose to change or transition. Just send them unconditional love. And whenever they're ready, the energy will be there for them. Because if you look at it as though we're souls on a path, and there's ancient souls here and there's young souls here, but we're all here collectively together to help one another raise in consciousness. And if you're not ready to ascend right now, then don't force that change upon somebody. You know, you can't force it down their throat. They may not be ready. They may need to go around a couple more times in this particular vibration just so they can get it. And because we're timeless beings of love and light, there's no race. I mean, we live forever. So just know that maybe I could suggest that you send them unconditional love and have them get whatever's in their greatest good. That way there's no conditioning behind your thought. It's whatever's in their greatest good. Allow them to take in the energy that you're sending them in an unconditional, compassionate way. And that's it for now. Hopefully that was helpful to you guys. And until next time, I'm Dr. Joseph Marra, and I'm sending you all love, light, and laughter.